Hey everybody, my name is Tom Drapala. I am with the RSSA Social Security Program. And today I'm really excited to have you guys on and listen to what the program is all about and how it's going to help you in your business, right? Now, many of you, I'm sure, do Medicare, and there's also some of you that might do other types of insurance, life insurance, or even annuities. So today what I want to talk about is how you can use a different, unique approach to get in the door with prospects and leads and clients to open up those organic cross-selling opportunities, right? Whether it's Medicare, life insurance, annuities, or others. I know many of you do a few different things. Some of you are segmented to doing Medicare, which is great. But no matter what you're doing, as long as you're reaching that senior market, that targeted demographic, Social Security is very relevant to them. So with this program that we have, which is the RSSA Social Security program, we teach you how to use Social Security and that approach to open up the door for those conversations for Medicare, life insurance, annuities, and other products. Now, the reason we use Social Security is because, again, it's very relevant to those who are aging into retirement. Nearly everybody pays into Social Security, and nearly everyone is going to be getting a benefit, whether it's on their own record or the record of a spouse or a deceased spouse. All these different scenarios come into play, and it becomes very complex, just like Medicare and other lines of business are as well. And that's why clients come to you, because they need help with these other things that are part of their retirement and what they're going to be looking for in their health and wealth journey. So today what we want to talk about, aside from the program, is how we can break through barriers and things that are struggling in your business, and how you can combat some of those areas, some of those pain points, to help clients more efficiently and to also increase your sales to help your business. So some of the Medicare barriers that we've seen this year obviously are carriers that have dropped plans on clients, right? It wasn't every carrier, obviously, but if you had clients who were on a plan that was dropped, it's almost like it was difficult because clients almost seem to blame us as agents, thinking that we had something to do with it. But obviously, that's not the case, right? But it made us have to educate our clients on a few different things. One being that they need to go on a new plan and educate them on how that new plan can still fit their needs that they have for their health. And on top of that is educate them on why their plan is no longer there and why we needed to switch, right? But these things become very difficult and tricky. And ultimately, we want to be able to educate our clients and still have them have that trust and rapport and relationship with us to continue working on a plan that works for them. Now, another thing is dropping commissions, right? Those commissions that dropped are changing and altering us as agents, because that's obviously how we get paid, right? So we want to find ways where we can differentiate our practice, get in the door with more clients, and also figure out ways where we can generate more income. And there's many ways that you can generate more income. Let's just say you're just a Medicare agent today. You may want to start to get training and understanding how you can sell other products like annuities or life insurance or others. On top of that is, what we're going to talk about today is how you can actually charge a fee for your services. If you enroll in the RSSA program and decide to, you can also charge for Social Security consulting fees, which we'll talk about as well. Now, another issue is always going to be CMS, right? And CMS exists because there's been so many agents and call centers and all these people that did things unethically. So it's good that it exists, but we also want to find ways where we can understand how to be compliant and get in the door with clients a lot quicker, easier, and more efficiently. Social Security is great because it's not regulated by CMS. Now, that doesn't mean you should do anything unethical, and we do have a professional code of conduct, but it does give you a little bit of wiggle room to be able to host an event and not have to worry about, the $15 rule or, getting in front of clients with a scope of appointment, if you're just keeping it to that Social Security conversation. Now, after the Social Security piece, obviously, then you do want to provide a scope of appointment and make a separate appointment to talk about Medicare and other things. But at least Social Security then gives you that organic door opening approach to get in the door with them to have those conversations. So that kind of brings me to the third barrier, which is always going to be competition. And I always like to start off with the Medicare piece because it's very relatable to the industry of what you guys are doing. If you think about the typical 65-year-old that really we all want to target and get more T65 sales, every agent in their area is sending them mailers and flyers and trying to get them to work with you to sell those Medicare products. The problem with that is, how does that person that's getting all that, how do they differentiate one agent from another? And we feel like Social Security is a great approach to be that differentiator, but it also allows you to get in the door before they reach 65. You can help clients with Social Security at 62, 63, 64, and by the time they get to 65, they've already built that relationship with you and want you to help them with Medicare and other things at that time. So that allows you to build a future pipeline of opportunities. And although it might not lead to immediate sales, we want to more think of it as, what do I want to do in the long run? Not just thinking about this year, but where do I want to be 3 years, 5 years, 10 years from now? If you build that pipeline starting at 62 and 63 and 64, each year you're going to have a ton of clients that trust you and want to help with Medicare leading into that 65 age. So again, Social Security is a great approach because it's very relatable. Everyone pays into Social Security. Nearly everyone is going to be claiming a benefit. And so it's a really great bridge to building that relationship. And again, it's not something that a lot of people dive into and really have that knowledge to be able to help with, right? And even things like simple things like helping clients create a My Social Security account or signing up for A and B. Those are all some of the things that we teach you as well. But it also dives into retirement benefits, spousal, survivor, all these different things and complexities that clients have questions on, and they don't really know where to go to get the help that they need, right? Financial advisors typically don't have the true knowledge to be able to answer questions and help their clients with this because they usually use typically Social Security as more of a bait and switch, right? Getting people in a room, talking about Social Security for a few minutes and then trying to sell product. But through the RSSA program, we want to tell our agents and advisors to be able to genuinely help clients with one of the most important decisions that they'll have in retirement and use that as the approach to introduce yourself as a Medicare, as someone who can help with Medicare and other aspects of their retirement. So it's a great connection between Social Security and Medicare as far as the demographic, the timing, the fact that most clients will ask questions about Social Security, and it brings a lot of value to those clients. I've been a Medicare agent for a little while now, and again, using Social Security to get in the door has been a game changer for not just myself, but for many agents that are in our program as well. So it creates a really sticky relationship. It helps with retention. And again, it's a valuable resource that clients are looking for. Now, one of the things that we want to help you understand is really the need for this type of service and knowledge, because a lot of people might send their clients to the Social Security Administration or potentially, shoo their clients to somebody else that may be able to help them. But the Social Security Administration by law is not allowed to give advice. They're allowed to answer questions, but unfortunately, you might call them 3 times and get 3 different answers to the same question. And the reason that happens is not the fault of the rep themselves. They're not really well trained and they're kind of thrown into it and expected to answer questions. But the problem is about the context. They don't know what questions to ask back to that client to better understand how to give a proper answer. If you ask about, am I eligible for a benefit on my ex-spouse? And you don't know the questions to ask, like how long were you married? How long have you been divorced? Did you get remarried? All of these questions matter to give a proper answer. And that's where the lack is. That's kind of why we teach agents to use Social Security as that approach, because if you can be knowledgeable about these things, you're really going to have a well-rounded business. Now, another thing that happens, which is the main concern for clients, is overpayments. If you have a few minutes, either today or sometime, in the coming weeks, look up Social Security overpayments on 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes did a segment on overpayments and talked about how over 1 million Americans are overpaid each year from Social Security. And the number one reason was that they received wrong or misleading information from either Social Security or their advisor that didn't really know all the ins and outs that they needed to. And this has led to people receiving overpayments of $50,000, $100,000, even $250,000 that are real overpayments. Especially if you watch the 60-minute segment, you'll see that this completely changes someone's life completely around. Right? Imagine you have a client that's in their 80s. They've been working with you for the last 10, 15 years, and all of a sudden they receive an overpayment that they owe back all this money. Even though it's not your fault necessarily, you'd still kind of feel bad because you don't want that to happen to anybody, especially your clients. So it's great that you can actually help clients avoid this type of thing by educating them on why these things happen and the decisions that they need to make to avoid that as well. So again, this all comes down to building a pipeline, getting in front of people, how to do that effectively in a different way than other agents are doing to attract more leads and prospects, which will again lead to appointments and ultimately more sales for your Medicare and other business. Now, again, you can also charge a fee for this if you choose to. You don't have to, right? A lot of people decide that they want to use this more of an added value to help their current clients as well as attract more business. But if you do decide to charge a fee, part of the software that we're going to show you in a few minutes that you have access to allows you to create a personalized report for the client. You can have a one-on-one consultation. You can help them apply for benefits, all these different add-on services that RSSAs can charge for. So here is the program itself. We want to give you all of the tools and resources to successfully integrate this into your business. Now, it goes beyond the education, right? You can get Social Security education through CEs and other things, but it's more comprehensive. And it also includes things like the technology to run the cases, lead generation to attract people into your dashboard, giving you all of the marketing materials and content to market yourself using this approach, and also the back office support. So if you ever have any cases or questions you need help with, if you need help with how to market this, how to put on a successful Social Security educational event, it's really important to know is that we're here to support you. We want you to be successful, and that's why we give you all the tools and resources and support to do that. So there's 3 simple steps to our program. The first is going through the education. We have a 5-module educational course. It includes training on Social Security and all the retirement and spousal and survivor and all those different benefits. It also teaches you how to use the software. So you'll get cases to run for single, married, divorced, widowed, dependent benefits are all included. And it's going to teach you how to use the software to run the cases and provide that personalized report to your client. Now, it's around 15 hours to complete, so it's not going to take you forever. It's pretty efficient. On top of that is we also have live virtual training. So if you're watching this and you want to know when the next virtual training is, reach out to us and we'll let you know what those dates are. Now, there's also the final exam once you get through the modules to get the certification. The first part is multiple choice, and the second part is 2 case studies using the software. You just need a 75% to pass. So I know a lot of us are used to a high passing grade with the AHIP and other tests. You just need a 75% to pass. We do have a 95% pass rate on the first try. So out of 100 people, 95 pass the first time. If you happen to fail the first time, you'll get a second exam try, no additional cost. We actually reach out to you and let you know what you got wrong and what you need to study so that you can definitely pass the second time. Again, we're very supportive. We want to help you from the day you enroll all the way through and make sure you get out there and use this to really help you. We'll even give you extra hand-holding. If you signed up for this and spent the money and use this and just nothing is happening with you, we will literally work with you one-on-one and ensure that you start using this in a way that helps you. That's how we really work in this organization. We want you to be successful. Now, part of that success is also providing you with live training. So every single Thursday at 3:00, we have one coming up today. You don't have to join us live if you don't want to. We don't expect you to make every single one, but we give you ways where you can use this in your practice, right? So how to market this, how to build B2B relationships, how to generate leads, all of these different things of how to actually use this now that you've earned the certification. So the RSSA program is also approved for continuing education credits. So that's an extra added on bonus to the program as well. We're currently approved in 46 states, including Washington, D.C. The only states not approved are Alaska, Louisiana, Minnesota, and New Jersey. If you're in any of those states, you could still enroll in the program. You just wouldn't get the CE credits for it. Now, every other state is approved for insurance CE. Depending on the state that you're in, the credits are usually around 9 credits. Now, the reason I say usually or generally around 9 credits is that there's some states with less and some states with more, but the majority of states receive around 9 credits of CE. Now, the program is also approved by FI 360, the IRS, NASBA, and the CFP board. Obviously, we've also been through Integrity's compliance department as well. We also provide you with the turnkey marketing. Now, this is really where it kind of helps you almost like a business in a box, where you never have to create any marketing content or anything like that from scratch. If you want to, because you like doing that and you like making things your own way, that's great. But we provide you with all of the templates. We have marketing templates to reach out to consumers, B2B relationships. Even if you want to do, get in front of unions or employer groups and offer Social Security wellness as like an HR benefit, we help you facilitate doing things like that as well. Now, we also have consumer-facing brochures and slicks, postcards, and postal mail marketing. We also provide you with social media content. So if you want to post on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, you can do that as well. Now, every RSSA also gets their own personalized landing page. This, you'll be able to have your picture. You can put reviews that clients write about you for this service. You can put a professional bio. All of your social media links that you have, you can post here as well. You can put any upcoming events. So if you plan on hosting an in-person event or a webinar or something like that, those events can go here and you can attract people to register for your event. Now, we also have the ability to put your external website here. So if you already have a website for your Medicare or other lines of business, you can integrate that here. And also on your website, you can add Social Security as another service that you now offer. We also have a scheduling a call link. So if you have Calendly or any other platform that you want to use to have people schedule calls with you, you can do that as well. And then there's also a contact me form here. Now, another thing that we do for you is you're put into our directory where we have consumers that come to our website. They're looking to work with an RSSA in their area, and they'll be able to reach out to you directly through this contact me form. Now, those leads come in. We don't charge you anything. They just go straight to you, and you get those leads at no cost. But we also have a lead generation program. So if you're wanting to find ways to generate a lot of leads using the Social Security approach, we actually allow you to create turnkey landing pages that are already pre-built. All you have to do is choose what kind of landing page you want to create, whether that's towards consumers, those unions or employer groups, the B2B relationships, and then it has your information as if you created it yourself. It'll have your picture, bio, your information. It'll look like it's your own website. We also have custom email templates. So if you want to do an email drip campaign to invite clients to an event or to generate leads, all these different templates are already pre-built for you to use. Now, we also have pre-built Facebook ads and Google ads. We even have pre-built postal mail templates as well. For Social Security educational events, whether that's online webinars, pre-recorded webinars, or in person, we also provide you with the slide presentations to use. So we have speaker notes. You can download the slides in PowerPoint if you want to make any edits or changes, add in your picture, your bio, all of that you can do as well. And then we actually have videos to train you on 2 things: how to present and how to put on a successful event. That includes like where to put on events that have been most successful for RSSAs and Social Security planning. We also, again, with the events, we also kind of suggest, where to put on events that have been very successful and cost effective, right? Whether you have a marketing budget of $5,000 per month or $0 per month, this can work for you. And we give you strategies no matter what you want to do or spend on budget, even if it's $0, on how to get out there and use this to help you. Now, the next thing I want to do is bring up the RSSA roadmap technology, because I think that's really going to help you understand what you're going to be able to provide clients with and be able to use to run the cases. So the first thing I want to point out here under the My Clients, once you have clients in here already, you're going to see a lot of information from those clients, right? This is a really great way to collect data on how to help them with the other lines of business that you provide. So it'll have their name, their email, their phone number, some general information. And you could also pull down any other columns that you want to see. So I went ahead and pulled down 2 columns to show you an example. I pulled down what clients are on Medicare. So it'll check off if they're already on Medicare. And if they're not, then I added an ages column to see when they're coming up on 65 to be able to start having those conversations. Now, next, I want to click on a sample client case, and all of this information has already been completed, so it's going to create everything we need in just a few seconds. See how quick that is, and that's why we really focus on efficiency. We don't want you to take time out of your business, right? We want to help you use this in a way that's going to accelerate that sale and that business. So the first thing I want to show you is the information that is entered for that client. For the most part, it's very generic information based on their circumstances. You'll put in their name, their birth date, their marital status, whether they're single, married, divorced, or widowed. All of that is taken into consideration. Do they have dependents that are eligible? Again, all of the information in here is starting to generate that personalized report that the client is going to get at the end. We even ask them if they're on Medicare. Have they filed for Social Security? When did they expect to file? Any questions that they would answer a yes to, it'll ask them more context on that and make sure they don't leave any money on the table and make sure that they receive the benefits that they're entitled to. In this case, we also put that there's a spouse. So we would enter the spouse's information as well. And again, it's going to ask questions based on that spouse directly. Now, aside from the information that is more generic based on their circumstances, the only other thing that you need to put in is the client's earnings record from their SSA.gov account. Now, we also have integrations with SSA.gov where you can either sign into the account for the client that already has one, or you could set up an account if they don't have one yet. And either way, once that account is established, you could download the statement as an XML file. You have the ability to click on Upload XML. You'll find the file and click Open, and then it's going to automatically shoot their earnings directly into the software. And this is going to do the calculations. Now, many people say, well, don't they get a Social Security statement? Why can't they just go with the numbers on there? Well, the problem with the Social Security statement is that could be off as much as $500 a month or even more because of the assumptions and estimates that Social Security is actually making that may or may not be relevant to that client's actual circumstances. So there's been so many times that people think they're going to get $2,000 per month because it says it on their statement. And when they go to file and get their first check and it's $1,500, that client is upset because they thought they were getting $2,000. They're shocked because they don't know what happened. And that's why what we do is put in their full record and give them the calculations to show them the exact benefit they would receive 62 through 70. Now, we also have the ability to put in future earnings. So if you have clients that plan to work another 2 years, 5 years, whether they want to work full-time or part-time or retire, you can put that information in here. It'll actually tell the client by continuing to work how much they may be able to increase their benefit by doing that. We also have the spouse's information. Now, another thing on the Social Security website, not only is it looking at a statement estimate, but it's also looking at the individual on their own. It's not understanding or saying, do you have a spouse or an ex-spouse or a deceased spouse? Do you have minor children, right? It's not going to tell the person, and it can't, if you make this decision, it's going to significantly impact your spouse. Maybe not today, but could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now. It all depends on their circumstances. And that's really the value as an RSSA, is to be able to have these conversations and help your clients understand that And by doing that, you really build solid relationships. And again, what happens is during that process, they end up asking you about, can you help me with Medicare? And, do you sell other products that you can help me with? It's a more organic and educational approach. Now that kind of brings me into the additional information page. Now, none of this information will be integrated into the personalized report that gets created, but this is really going to help you understand your client and how you can help them with those other lines of business. It asks them about their retirement income, their savings. Do they have a Roth IRA, 401k, all these different retirement accounts. It also asks them if they have real estate, debts, expenses. Again, this is going to help pave the way to introduce those other products and services that you now provide. Now, all of that information that we entered usually takes no more than 5 to 10 minutes, and then it creates everything we need for that client. Now, the first thing I want to show you is some key features that you can use as much or as little as you want. And then I'm going to show you that personalized report that the client gets. And it's a tangible, personalized report that you can walk them through and open up the door for questions and conversations. Now, the first thing is the filing options heat map. This is really important because you don't want to have to spend a ton of time seeing, well, what if my client did this option versus this option, right? There's too many options. So we show every single option from 62 through 70 in a heat map. And this gives you the lifetime, annual, and monthly benefits. And also you can click on any option within here, which will break down the details. Are they eligible for retirement benefits, spousal, survivor, dependent benefits? All of these are shown annually. You can also break down the monthly benefits as well. Now we also have the PIA calculator, which again will show the clients in detail where the calculations are coming from. It gives them an explanation of where the benefits are coming from, how they're calculated, and gives them a more accurate benefit, again, from 62 through 70. So they know where we're getting these numbers from. We're not just making them up out of thin air. Now we also have the break-even report. This allows you to choose to compare up to 4 different options at once. You can also uncheck certain options and change the ages that you want to compare to see different scenarios. We also have the tax calculator, which will allow you to help the client understand how much they may pay in taxes on their benefits during retirement. So this simply allows you to put the tax filing status, how much other income they have from other sources, and their benefit, and it'll tell them how much percentage-wise that they're looking at and paying taxes on that benefit. We also have our Medicare calculator in beta testing. The reason it's in beta right now is because we haven't updated it yet for the 2025 Part B premium. That is coming very shortly. This will calculate the IRMA on the Part B premium. So you'll have the ability to put their tax filing status, change the income range, and it'll tell you how much, if any, they'll pay additionally on their Part B premium because of that IRMA. And we also have this SETERA, which stands for Self-Employed Tax and Retirement Analysis. This will help you work with small business owners. So if you want to work with small business owners directly, or even 1099 clients, or even working with CPAs or other tax professionals to help their clients, there's strategies to do that as well. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the report that gets created. So you can download the report in a Word file if you want to make any edits, changes, or add or take anything out. You can also download it as a PDF. And all you have to do is choose 3 different options that you want to compare, which will compare with a maximize option. Now, what's cool about the software is you can also white label it with your information, as well as if you have an agency or anything like that, you can put your logo as well. So I'll go ahead and download this Word file so you can see what the report looks like. Again, created right away, right? And something you'll be able to provide to that client. Now, during the process of going through this report, again, you're opening the door for those other cross sales, because if you sell things like life insurance or annuities, you're understanding their income gaps and their needs, right? On the Medicare side, obviously you have their ages. Are they on A and B yet? Have they filed for a supplemental or advantage plan, right? If they're potentially working with another agent. Now, within the report, what you would be going through with the client is some key information, which is some terminology that they should know based on the information that they put in. It also talks about the types of benefits. Are you eligible just on your own record or the record of a spouse or an ex-spouse or the other benefits that may be available? We also provide those annual and monthly heat maps in here so they can see all of their numbers and options in an organized way. This is a really helpful visual for working with clients. We also provide them with a claiming option summary. When we created the report, we chose 3 different options that get compared with the max option. And that's put in a claiming option summary that shows them their lifetime, annual, and monthly benefits. And right below it, it also tells them when to file for each of the benefits they're eligible for. We also talk about survivor benefits. And again, not just survivor benefits when someone passes, but the difference between collecting now versus waiting potentially that can impact that survivor benefit pretty substantially. We also provide a lifetime benefit chart based on a projected life expectancy, but the number one concern for retirees is outliving their funds. So if you can help them understand and optimize their Social Security benefits and also potentially tie in other lines of business, you're going to offset those longevity concerns that they have. Now, we also give them information on what they should know before deciding on a strategy, how they can apply for benefits. As an RSSA, you can also help them apply for benefits if you decide to do that. We also give them those 4 different options in more detail that we compared to show them the breakdown. And then we also include those Social Security calculations. So we try to make the report very simple and user-friendly, easy to walk through and explain to the client. And again, this paves the way to a lot of other opportunities, conversations, and ultimately sales. So we talked about the back office support. Again, it's really important to know is that we're here to help you. We want you to be successful. Again, worst case scenario, if this is just not working out for you, we are here to make sure that we'll give you that extra hands-on support so that you can start to use this in a way that's going to help your practice, your clients, and your business. So the program includes everything that is listed here. That means that you'll get the 5-module course. Again, ask me about the live trainings when you watch this. See when the next live training is if you want to join that. Final exam, you'll get a second try if you need it. You'll get a hard copy of the certification mailed to you, and you could download on your on your RSSA site at any point as well. You have the access to the RSSA roadmap software that we just went through. The back office support, the turnkey marketing, and the first year membership is all included in the first year fee. Now, from going through Senior Marketing Specialist, we provide you with a discount of the program, which is $3,329 is the retail. You get it through Senior Marketing Specialist for just $1,950. So it's a $379 discount that you'll have access to. And at checkout on rssa.com/senior marketing specialist, which is the website you would go to enroll, if you use Integrity at checkout, you'll pay just $1,950. Now, I know a lot of questions are, is there any fees after that? And the answer is yes, but it's just an annual renewal of $479. So the initial fee covers everything and getting started. And then 12 months later, and every 12 months after, it's a $479 renewal that you'll pay to do that. So again, I want you guys to kind of think about this as more of an investment into your business, right? Don't just think about it as, oh, it's a larger fee that I would have to pay. And, I'm thinking about it as another payment of something, but think about it as, how this can lead to getting in front of a lot more prospects, a lot more clients, right? $1,950, think about it as 1 to 3 clients. If you do T65 sales, it's almost like $800 now. 3 clients, you made your money back. If you charge Social Security fees and you charge $500 per case, 4 clients make this back. If you do an annuity and you get a large annuity sale, it's less than 1 client. So generally anywhere from 1 to 3 clients, you'll make your money back on this. But we want to teach you to get in front of hundreds of clients using this approach. All right. So again, if you want to contact me directly, my email is thomas.dropala@rssa.com. That's Thomas, THOMAS .dropala, DRAPALA @rssa.com. contact me directly if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer those for you. And again, if you're ready to get started, if you think this is something that is right for your business and you know you have kind of an idea of how you're going to be able to use this and it fits into what you're looking to do, again, you can enroll at rssa.com/senior marketing specialist, promo code integrity at checkout to pay just $19.50.